What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. It is Wednesday, January the 17th. It is 7 a.m. New York time. Welcome in. What's up, John? What's up, Cisco, Beeswax, ICT student, and Sean? Welcome in, guys. John getting his beauty rest today, late to the stream. But glad you guys are here, man. Everything is working today. Everything's cranking along. It is we've got some trading to do. We had some scalps last night that worked out beautifully well. Our London scalp again worked out just perfectly. And yeah, so where we're at is on this Top Step account. Look at that, baby. Look at that, baby. Look at that right there. What you say, boys? What you say? We're funded. Profit target reached 6%. So there you go. We will have to wait till the end of the day. Top Step doesn't evaluate any of their accounts until the end of the trading day, and so at the end of the day today, we should get verified, and then we'll start the live account process. I have no idea what it is. I don't know how long it takes, so this will be a first for me. So we're funded, baby. The Bespoke account is so on. This is where I got funded last night. I did the scalp on Euro. And I got it up because we ended the day at like 5.5 yesterday. After trading off the stream, I ended up at like 5.5%. So last night I took the Euro scalp and it got up to 5.7. And so I needed $300. And so I took I took an NQ scalp at the London session last night, closed it off. But I was trying to do the same thing on my Bespoke account, because it was at, after the Euro scalp last night, it was at 10 points. It was at 7%, and it was like 7.2%. So I needed like just over 0.5%. And I tried to take another scalp on Euro, and it did not go well. So it's back down to 6%. So Bespoke still got a little room to go. Maybe our 10-minute New York scalp will work out for us today, and that'll get back up close to passing, and we'll see how it goes. I did break the rule there. I said I wasn't going to trade anything else on that account, but I was just trying to get it finished, and that's what you get. And so this account is finished. So we have two Top Step accounts. So this Top Step account has been funded. We have reached our profit target, and I'll actually go ahead and pull up. We've got 7 more minutes until this candle closes. So I'll show you the dashboard. It won't show you the end of day today because today's not done. But here we go. This is the Top Step. Let me pull this over here so you can see it better. This is the Top Step dashboard here, and this is the end of day yesterday, right? So we ended yesterday at 105.3621. So we just had 0.5% to make to finish it out, and the Euro scalp got us to 5.7, and then I did a scalp on NQ during the London session overnight, and that got us over. So best day percentage of total profit was under. You can't make more than 50% of your total profit target. And so I had to close out a couple of days early because I would have crested that $3,000 consistency target. Basically, you can't make more than 50%, so you couldn't make more than $3,000. So I actually had to end a couple of days because we got close to that a couple of days. Best day was 26. The worst day was 464. Our average winning day is 1845. And then you can see after today, right here, this is day number 4, we will actually be just above that line, and we'll have met it at the end of the day today. And then so we've got, here's our stats on it. Average winning trade, it's $330.98. We had an 86% win rate. Our risk reward ratio was averaging 2.36 to 1. Our average losing trade was $140. And then you can just see the daily number of trades. Like yesterday, I took 11 trades. Last week, I took 6. So anyway, you can just see how it all plays out there. But there's the dashboard for it. It will, at the end of the day today, it will reset and will be funded, and we will have checked all of the objectives, and then we should be able to get our funded account up and running. I don't know how long it takes. I don't know if anybody here's been funded with Top Step that can let me know. But the other account is, let me get the other account up because we actually have 2 Top Step accounts. It is just 2.5%. So I'm hoping that I can continue the good trading that I've had great success with so far this year. And we'll see how it goes with this account. You know, we're almost halfway there. And yeah. And so we've got this account we're going to keep working on today. I've got the Bespoke account we're still working on that's very close to passing. So all in all, maybe by the end of this week, today's Wednesday, so we've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Perhaps by the end of this week, we could finish out this 100K and the Bespoke account. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying not to put too much pressure on myself like I did towards the end of last year with the stream. And doing most of my live trading off of the stream has actually really helped my trading. Only really focusing on the scalp setups here on the live stream, trading through news and whatnot, and then getting off. And then I kind of do my thing, and it's working. It's working. But I'm glad you guys are here to be a part of it. So we're coming into the last 2 minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes of this first 10-minute candle. And if it closes neutral, we'll wait for the next 10-minute candle. That's the rules. So we've got 2.5 minutes to see how this closes. But we're just going to take and follow the same rules that we've been following. If it's short, we'll go, we'll set our stop and our entry 1 tick below and 1 tick above, and then we'll go for a 1-to-1. If it's bullish, if this candle in the next 2 minutes ends up being bullish, then we will get in at the break of the high, 1 tick above the high, and put our stop 1 tick below the low and 1-to-1. So we'll see which one's going to play out here. We got a couple more minutes, and we'll find out, and then we'll just let the trade run. John Jones, it takes 6% to get funded. How do you compute the percentages? Why do you keep asking me about this? I'm confused why you keep asking me about how I'm calculating percentages. John, I thought you knew maths. A percentage is 1 the gain of the initial balance. 11 trades in 1 day. Yeah, so I was scalping. I've been scalping probably, I'm taking on average, I think 8 trades per day. Some of them are within 15 to 20 second take profits, and some of them I'm holding for, a few minutes, but nothing I'm holding more than a few minutes. So I'm in and out. I've traded multiple directions yesterday on NQ. Let me see if I can, let's just wait. This thing's about to, let me get this set up and then I'll show you. So we got 1 more minute and then I'll show you some of the trades I took yesterday on the executions. Brad Do Nothing is gone, I guess. I don't know how that works. Well, your original account is $100,000. So to make 6% on $100,000, you have to make $6,000. So as you go up in profit at $101,000, you have made 1% profit. It's always based off of your original account balance. It's not based off of your current account balance. So the profit target is set to the original account balance. Mine was $100,000. I had to make 6%. So that's $6,000. So yesterday when I ended the account, it was at $105,500. $539, which is 5.539%. So it's easy when you're doing a $100,000 account. Your percentage gain is whatever profit you see there minus the 100,000. So if you're 76.50 in profit, then that's 7.65% in profit, because that's the way it is. All right, we closed bearish here, so I'm going to get my limit order going. I don't like this. I wish it would have closed bullish. I'm only going to risk just about $200 on this for the top step account. We're going to do a sell stop, and we'll take this off, and then I'm going to get this set up over here on my bespoke account, which will be here and here. And we'll go down here. Yeah, I don't think this trade's going to win today, but we're going to let it run. We will just follow the data on this. We'll just follow the data on it. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But I have my gut says that we're going to go higher here. Although we did fail this swing level here. We've got a swing level. We took it out. We failed to displace above that. But we're making, all along, we're making higher lows. So we're in an uptrend here. I would be surprised if this trade actually works. I think you're probably going to get tapped in. And then when news hits, if it's still in by the news, I think you're going to get this. This is going to go up. I think euro dollar goes up. But we'll just let it go. I don't have any control over this specific strategy on the entries. It's completely mechanical. It's a continuation trade. I know statistically, over the last 250 trades with this specific mechanical scalping strat, almost 60%, just over 60% of the time, 65% of the time, this thing works. So we'll let it go. How's the Bespoke account going? Bespoke is at 6%. We're at 6% on the Bespoke account. I'm only risking 1% on it. So if this trade loses, we'll be back down to 5. We were up to 7, and then I tried to finish it out to show you both of them this morning, and that got me in trouble. So what risk reward are you using on the scalps? The ones you take off stream, that is. Well, I don't have a set risk reward I'm using. I'm scalping to liquidity levels, and I'm scalping with momentum. I'm not using market orders. I'm using stops. So let's say, for instance, right here is a liquidity level. When this candle, if I was expecting this fair value gap to get hit, what I would do is when this candle started trading down, I would set a buy order right here above these highs or above that high. And then as it traded up into this liquidity level, I would just hit take profit. And that could be within 10 seconds. That could be within a minute. I don't know. But once I would set a level inside of this internal liquidity, it could be a fair value gap. It could be a relative equal highs. It could be external liquidity, whatever it is. I'm looking for liquidity on lower time frames, and I'm scalping into those. And ultimately, so this is set. So let me go over here to NQ. I can show you yesterday's. Where is yesterday's? So it's all in here. That's Tuesday. Okay. I wonder why I don't see all my executions on here. Oh, I was on the other account. That's why. Let me get back over to that account. Executions are checked. Is it just the day's executions? You can't see past executions? Well, dang it. And there you go. The Forex got triggered in and triggered out, so it's already out. I'm not sure. Did this one? This one never got triggered in. So the bespoke account is down to 4%. So it got triggered in and then immediately reversed. But I don't know how it got triggered in because it doesn't even show breaking that low when I had it below the low, but it triggered it and took it and then whipped me out. So meanwhile, futures did not trigger me in. So I guess fortunate, I guess, I don't know. But I don't know why it's not showing yesterday's executions. This was the yesterday's, that's in queue. I don't know why it's not showing yesterday's executions here. Are they on the 1 minute? That was this morning. I don't know where they're at because I have it checked. I just don't see it on here. I was scalping into this low. I don't know why they're not on here. I definitely have show executions checked, but they're there. Yeah, I scalped into this low. So what happened right here was as this candle right here, when we came down to this, there's this candle right here. As we came down to this level and this liquidity level did not get tapped on this bullish candle, as this candle started printing up, I set a sell stop underneath these lows. And I was just targeting that low. And that's literally a $100 trade, $150 trade, or whatever it was. Quick scalp. So that's the kind of positions that I'm taking, and I'm doing that multiple times a day. So I scalped down. I kept scalping down. Anytime we would get a bullish candle, I would just put a sell stop below it. Took a small loss in here somewhere as it started to reverse, and then I started trading up. Got in off of this fair value gap. You can see this is where I had it marked up. Got in off of this fair value gap here. So when we started, when this down candle came and started coming back in, I set a sell stop above it so that if we were going to break and continue to trade up into higher levels, we would be trading with momentum on the breakouts. So that's how it works. That's how I was scalping it. That's what we were doing. Come on, get back over. All right, 10-minute candle. This is probably going to be range bound here. We do have some news on the dollar. The retail sales, core retail sales are coming out. I don't have a set risk reward. I guess to get back to your answer, I don't have a set risk reward. I'm not looking for 1-to-1. I'm not looking for 1-to-3. I'm just looking to trade into or away from liquidity and just capture small little moves consistently over and over again. And it's working very well. Now, to be honest, I will often set higher TPs, but I'm not holding. I'm just closing out full positions. And I'm doing that because I'm going to go back and do an Apex account. And on the Apex account, remember, your drawdown moves with you during the trade. So I'm practicing getting good at trying to pass these challenges and get funded. When I'm on the funded stage, I'll probably lower my risk and I'll probably aim for higher profit targets. And maybe after a cushion, like build up a cushion the same way I'm kind of doing here. Scalping, build up a cushion. And then once once the drawdown is locked in at the original account balance, then potentially start looking to aim for higher prices there. So that's my goal. It's my plan. I don't know. The first time getting funded with futures. So we started futures challenges in December, failed a couple of them with Apex and then again Top Step. And now here in January, I think I've finally got the feel of it and the vibe of it. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Doing scalps on your stream doesn't work for you. Why is that, do you think? Just look it up on your journal. Do you scalp on? I'm scalping on the minis. I'm doing like one contract at a time. Depending, euro sometimes the higher. So like this is I don't know what that was. Oh, I need to get back to the other account. What is this? Three lots on euro, but on like NQ and gold, it's 1 to 2 minis. Yeah, I could show it. I just closed out the account. I can pull it back up and show you, but the scalp. So scalping on stream, number one, I don't want to scalp euro dollar. I've been back testing and practicing all my scalps on NQ gold and S&P, and those are happening after I get off the stream because that market doesn't even open until 9:30, and this stream starts at 7 a.m. New York time. And so I'm not going to sit around and stream for 3 hours and then scalp. And I was scalping most of the day yesterday. That's also why I traded. I did the morning session, and if you'll go back and look at my tweets, I tweeted out where I was at the end of the morning session, and then I scalped the afternoon session as well into power hour. And so that I didn't stream either one of those, and I don't plan on it. I mean, maybe eventually the stream will change if we just start killing futures, and futures is what we end up staying funded with, and it starts becoming kind of the bread and butter. Then maybe we will. I don't know, but maybe we'll switch the stream up, or maybe we'll just stream here on YouTube, and then maybe I'll just go to Discord and I'll just scalp on Discord. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Really, my focus is I'm not concerned. I'm trying not to be concerned about the stream and be more concerned about my trading. And I think that's where I got screwed up last year. Is I was more concerned about the streaming than I was about the trading, and I lost my focus, lost my vibe, and I was trying to grow the stream instead of growing my accounts, and that's where I got slipped up. And so this year I just came in. I was like, look, I don't care about the stream. I don't care if 2 people show up. I don't care if 8 people show up. I don't care what happens on the stream. I'm going to do a mechanical strategy. It's the time of day. It doesn't really lend itself much for scalping, in my opinion. I want to wait for the volatility to come in with the market, and then scalp with the momentum of the market on lower time frames. And that's going to be just me one-on-one, focused, locked in, nobody watching, nobody over my shoulder, not me talking anything out, just me trading. And maybe we'll do a scalp session at some point if we can continue to get these futures accounts funded. Maybe that'll be where the way we go. I don't know. Gold opens at 8:20. It's about an hour. Yeah, the gold futures does open, and I have actually been scalping gold right after we get off. Right after we get off the stream, I'll do gold for about 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'll switch over to NQ or ES. We show up even when you don't remember. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You guys had a good old time on my sleep-in day. Back with the mistress. Yeah. We've been giving her the what for. We're getting micro dances. we're getting 10-second micro dances, and then we leave. Just when she thinks she's about to whip me over the head with her stiletto, she turns around and I'm gone. I'm not even there. So all right, we'll see. I think again, my gut says that this trade gets tagged in, and then we're gonna get whipped around here until the news comes out in about an hour. I don't see this. It's just caught in a range here. I don't see this finding any kind of momentum until news hits. So my gut says, and this is just from seeing this back tested over 300 different trades, my gut says this gets tapped in, and then we're just gonna bounce around in this little range, and ultimately this is gonna get slapped. The bespoke one has already been slapped and has been tacked out. That's the difference between futures and Forex. I had the stop in the same place. The candles look slightly different. The feed is definitely different between futures. The market structure is kind of the same, but futures not tagged in. I haven't even started the trade, and the bespoke account on Forex was already entered and lost. And you can see the candle, this is the second candle by entry down here, but it put me in. I don't know how it did that. It put me in and then immediately turned around and hit the stop. So one tick above, one tick below, that has probably saved the account or saved this trade so far. Again, I don't see this finding any type of momentum to come down to these lows. There are some relative equal lows down here if you're just thinking logically about liquidity, but it's just range bound. We're just caught inside this chop. We've taken out some sell side. We haven't really taken out the buy side yet. You can see our entry is right where the pivot point is on all of this. I guess the top step guys would call this, I don't know, balance or settlement or point of control. I'm not sure. But that's where entry would be, and then it would have to find quite a bit of momentum to get back down that far. And I just don't think it's got it in it. I don't think it's got it in it. CFDs track the price of the spot market, and futures got tagged in there. Futures is just futures. They're similar prices, but they're slightly different because they're different markets. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. I understand why they're different. But it's interesting to me how much cleaner the action is on the future side versus the Forex side. So I guess that's probably what I mean by that. That's why I've been so interested in how all of these challenges are working out, because because my Think Markets, the difference in CFDs is that it's not the same feed. Like my Think Markets account, you could be looking at 8cap or Pepperstone or Purple Markets or IC Markets, and none of them are going to have the same price or the same candle, because they're all using their own liquidity providers. Versus futures, there's one liquidity provider, and it's the market, and it's a regulated, this is the price that you see, this is the price that you get, and everybody's working off the exact same information. And on this one, I mean, we've already seen in prop firms, like my Forex funds, they can slip people to hell. So some people on the same trade could get entered or tagged out, and others could still be in the trade, because they can manipulate the back end pretty much without recourse. Pretty much without recourse. They can widen the spread, slip you to hell, not give you the fill you want, et cetera, et cetera. Right? Like, so I'm not saying that they do that. Well, I'm not saying prop firms do that. My Forex funds was. We have internal evidence of emails of how that process actually worked. So Yeah, it's just it is what it is. Might also be worth tracking the profitability of your strat on futures versus what you've done on FX replay because you've backtested on spot market. Yeah. So the strat, so FX replay does have futures data, but only for the Nasdaq and for the S&P and the Dow. That's the only futures market information that I've seen on FX replay recently. They don't offer, at least I haven't seen, the euro dollar or the pound dollar futures to backtest with. So something I find interesting, Think Market Server gives different EU spreads between MT4 and MT5. Yeah. And they give different they give different information on a live account and the simulated demo account. I guess it's all simulated, but you know what I mean? Like when you're on their challenge phase, you're on Think Markets -demo for bespoke, and then when you're on it's Think Markets live when you're on a funded account, and even those can be different and the executions can be different. So it's just it's just kind of weird. Aren't CFDs illegal in the USA? Also, yes, they are. Also, you said settlement and point of control, and those aren't the same thing. I have no idea what they are. Settlement is essentially the price the auction closes at during regular trading hours. Gotcha. I'm still trying to catch on to their terminology. I've watched their stuff a couple times and tried to listen to how they identify where they think price is moving to or away from. So I'm just throwing out words I don't know what they mean because I've heard them say it. Pros and cons of both. I think the leverage available in CFD overrides any benefits you get in futures, though, personally. You do get massive leverage with CFDs. You do get massive leverage. But quite honestly, I can trade up to 10 contracts on this Top Step account. And if I went 10 contracts on NAS, 10 minis, that's massive leverage. I could make $3,000 in just a few ticks with 10 contracts. So you still, depending on what you're trading, gold, same thing. I could throw on 10 contracts on gold and I could make $5,000 in less than a minute on some moves. It's just but on euro, I could throw 10 contracts on this euro trade and I'm only risking on this, what is that? That's a 5-6 pip stop, something like that. So entry is 901 and the stop is 906. So it's like 5.5 pips or something like that. And on 10 contracts, that's only like a $500 risk. So, so depending on the instrument you're trading, one contract could be more than enough leverage to make your strategy work. John's continuing trading hours. Well, volume point of control is the price where the auction traded the most for the day. Gotcha. Assuming the market's job is to facilitate trade, the point of control is the fairest price for the day. Typically, you don't want to enter a trade at the point of control because that's where everyone else is entering as well. Well, that's what we did right here. I don't know if this is point of control. I would just think where these pivot back and forth seem to be price keeps coming back up when it's below, and when it's above, it keeps coming back up into it. And so we got in, it looks like, at the point of control. And maybe that's, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't have a good feeling about it. I don't think we're going to win this trade. It did displace below these lows on the 10-minute, so that's nice to see. It couldn't make a new high. It failed to make a new high above here, and then it failed to make a new high above here, and we have displaced below these lows, which would put sell side liquidity into your targets, which is these relative equal lows. So, I mean, potentially there's a case to be made that liquidity could pull it down and it taps into these relative equal lows, but ultimately, you're just range bound right now. And I think until the news comes out, it's going to just kind of bounce in and around this level here. So We shall see. We shall see. POC is where the most consolidation has taken place, basically. It's difficult to mitigate risk at the point of control. However, point of control is a fine place to take profits. Yeah. So if you're looking at, hey, what does price want to go back to, and you're at an extended range or an extended price away from the POC, trading back to the POC does make sense. Basically, trade from the extreme ends of the range back to the middle. Don't trade from the middle out to a range. And that's exactly where we entered on this mechanical 10-minute continuation strat. Don't diddle in the middle. There we go. That's the old John. Let me see here. If I was looking at what would I look at here to make me think we might. I mean, we're just getting squeezed up. We're getting squeezed into this range here where we've got all these, we've got this ceiling, and I don't know what this is called. What is this called? A rising wedge. This is what's happening right now. You're making higher lows and you're topping out. I don't know what rising wedge means, but that's the formation that we're currently in right here. We failed to make a new low here currently. The old John. Triangles are the strongest shapes, says Cisco. Are they? Is that like a physical statement? Or is that a trading statement? I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Like, is that an actual, like a physical triangle is the strongest shape? You're a math guy, that's why I'm asking. I figured this is a physical statement, not a trading statement. Yeah, it's stronger than squares. I would say that's science. I got you, Rex. Yeah, that's what I thought he was talking about. John says gold's in a daily channel. Last night it went below and hit 1 hour demand zone and has reacted accordingly. I haven't even looked at gold yet this morning. Haven't even yet looked. It is just in this choppy range, moving sideways. We did take out yesterday's low, previous day low, and we're pulling back up above it. So we'll see how that goes. All right, let me get back over here to our Euro trade. Still slightly in profits. This 10-minute candle did pull up, put in a top wick, and trying to take out that last candle's low, but so far unable to do so. So we'll see. On the 15-minute time frame, you can see actually. It's trading at it just at right now. On the 15-minute, we had a fair value gap here that was respected and then displaced through. And then we have another fair value gap right here that was also displaced and closed below violated. This candle has come back up into that fair value gap and respected it to the downside. So I don't know, maybe we'll get lucky here. I don't know why this 10-minute continuation works the way it does, but statistically, this is just how it tends to play out. I would be surprised if this does come down and hit our TP. I would be pleasantly surprised. Yeah, that's why house roofs are triangles. It's also why we don't trade gold. It's not shaped in a triangle. Well, technically, this triangle, because it's so strong, should hold price up, right? Oh. We're down a little bit on this account from yesterday. On this 100K account, we're down just a little bit from. We were at 102.9 or 102.8 at the end of the day yesterday. So it'd be nice to try to make some of this back a little bit. It should, but when it doesn't, I'll blame your drawing. It's not truly a triangle because the tips are not touching. Come on, John. That's an easy softball. I threw it right up for you. The tips aren't touching. So it's technically just two floating lines. It's not a true triangle. And I don't have the base. There's no base here. How are all your challenges going, guys? What's everybody doing? How's everybody been trading this year to start the new year? What are you working on? Are you in profit? Are you in drawdown? Are you just chilling? Have you bought a new challenge to take for the new year? What company are you using? I'd love to know all that information. But that's why it's so funny, because it is sophomoric. Those are the jokes that get the best chuckles. Cisco says, I won my challenge in the bespoke quiz on Saturday. Nice. Free challenges are always good, buddy. Not had a proper trade on it yet. Well, just take your time. What was the account size? 10K? 5K? 25? ICT says currently in drawdown on my bespoke account. Okay. $10K. That's what I'm going on, man. I'm working on that 10K. I'm trying to scale it up again, just like we did last year. Started the stream trying to scale it up. Got pretty far, or we got decently far. Got into phase 2. And then on a 100K and couldn't get any further. Those are the jokes I'd get in trouble for by saying them during faculty meetings. Like, context, John. You gotta read the room, buddy. Know your audience. Know your audience, my friend. This fair value gap right here is the issue currently. Price has respected it multiple times, and we're coming back down into it now and just tapping it. And I imagine it will be a struggle bus for price to reach. It's already been fully mitigated, meaning it's already been from wick to wick, has already been fully traded to multiple times and just making higher lows off of those. So this is the area on this trade that it will turn around here and find some strength, but it could be a bit of a struggle right here on the 15-minute time frame. Just open the new 15-minute candle here, opened and putting in a bottom wick. So, it's gonna be close. Coming into our triangle pattern here. All right, now we got our tips touching. The triangle is my problem. So we just need to so instead of a triangle, let's do a box. All right. Because it's so weak, this should fall. Because now we have a box, and boxes are weaker than triangles. Try a rhombus. I don't think there's a rhombus tool. What about a circle? An ellipse. Why won't it stay? There we go. The ellipse. I got no rhombus. We're one step away from using emojis again. Yeah, we are. Hey, winner, chicken dinner, baby. Let's go. Back up to 2.7%. John, we're at 2.7% because $100,000 is the original account balance. So we are 2.752% in profit. 2.75%. It is that high, much higher than the original account balance, sir. As soon as you took away the triangle, it all worked. Yeah, you were right. I did. As soon as I took off that bottom wedge, it was like, here you go, sir. Thank you for removing the barrier. Winner, chicken dinner. Scalps are working, man. Scalps have been very consistent so far in January. All right. Nice to get that out of the way. If I was looking at NQ, we haven't taken out yesterday's low, and I thought it was going to do that last night. It did not. It wouldn't surprise me if we come down and take out yesterday's low, make a new low for the day. You can see each day this week, well, Friday, and then we had Tuesday. We didn't have a trade Monday. Monday and Tuesday's candle on the futures charts are combined, but you can see we've come down. We've found every time we've wicked down, we've found buyers in the market to push this back up. We couldn't take out yesterday's low. Currently on the 4-hour, this is what that all looks like. Coming back up into this 4-hour fair value gap right here. Relative equal lows below. You do have some nice relative equal highs up here on the 4-hour. We've traded right back up into this order block, rebalancing. We've not yet violated this 1-hour fair value gap. The bodies of the candles have been respected. on this inefficiency here, we have tapped into the order block. So could potentially now see from our, this is our midnight opening price right here. So we haven't traded back above midnight yet. So we've only opened and traded below midnight. This is the true day opening price at midnight. So you could potentially see a pop up, potentially up into some of this imbalance here. Maybe refill all of this on the 4 hour potentially, I don't know. But this previous day low came right down to it, and then it's found quite a bit of support off of that, quite a bit of momentum up here for the last 4 or 5 hours. Stalling out now as we head into the market. If it wants to go higher, you might see the market open, pull back down. Let's look at some internal liquidity here. So you've had this run of liquidity, and you've started to make higher highs and higher lows now, and you've rebalanced kind of this big move down from the London overnight session. Some nice internal liquidity here. You could see as the market opens, or with news potentially with the core retail sales, maybe a dip down, and then it starts running for some equal highs up here. Alternatively, you could see a Judas swing up above this old high here, and then you would look for displacement lower. So we'll just kind of watch and wait and see. At least I will be watching and waiting to see how the market wants to respond. I usually let the first 5 to 10 minutes of the session play out before I start looking to get into positions, in and out of positions there. So but I don't really think I'm going to do much more on the stream here. I'm not going to look to take any more trades on the euro pairs. What did pound do? Pound moved all the way down into its buy side inefficiency here. Tapped into it, took out all of these relative equal lows, and it immediately shot up. So we tapped in, shot up on pound. Back into the middle of its range, back into its point of control. Nice, huge engulfing bar there, though, off of that. So we'll see if the foreign pairs want to, if the dollar wants to be weak today. What is the dollar doing here? Dollar is taking out previous day high, rebalance this. It is in. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. It's at a order block and fair value gap. This fair value gap right here on the monthly time frame, it has reached up into a volume imbalance. So it's been very, very bullish, and now we're inside this monthly volume imbalance right here. We have completely traded through it, and it's pulled back and started to respect it a little bit. So we'll see if the dollar wants to continue to find strength. Then the December high is what you'd be looking for in the fair value gap up here. Oops. Oh my gosh. Here we go. But it's been pretty bullish the last few weeks. This is the monthly volume imbalance. We're currently traded back up through all this position. See what the dollar wants to do today. Core retail sales, probably waiting for that information to come out in about 30 minutes to give some direction to the overall market. Just choppy right now. Nice to pull out a win to the tick. Look at that. To the tick. We got our 1-to-1, and it's pulling back right off of that fair value gap. So nice to see. It worked. I don't know why, but it worked. Literally have no clue why, but it does. All right. Well, I don't know what else there is more to do here. Like I said, I'm not going to continue to look to place a trade until after the 9:30 market opens. So this may be a good spot to call it today. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. We'll talk about what happened with the Top Step account. This one I will trade and scalp, and hopefully get it up closer to our 6% profit target. The Bespoke account is done for the day. I'm not going to do anything else with that. We'll get back on it for the London scalp tonight. And yeah. So you guys enjoy the rest of your days wherever you're at. Stay safe out there. Happy hunting. And we'll catch you tomorrow morning. Adios.